Right, hello again. This is chapter 2 of Control Alt Ego. Just doing a developer playthrough. I'm not really taking it very seriously. So far I've made a complete mess of things. But, well, there you are. Yeah, I mean, my usual playstyle is very cautious, and I sort of evaluate situations. Yeah, all right, excuses. I've made a mess of it in this one, but I'm just trying to sort of rush through. I'm trying to show the game without making it too long and boring. Maybe sitting here waffling on is probably not helping a great deal. Anyway, I've arrived at I don't know what to call it, the debugger. If you know what a debugger is, then it looks nothing like this in real life. You're sort of inside the debugger, shall we say. Start off, we need a bug. So don't know if you've watched the previous videos, the prologue and chapter 1, but basically I've installed aeronautics, which gives me flying and rocketing facilities, and I've got a disassembler drill which allows me to break things apart. It's kind of you could say this is like an aggressive build, I suppose. It's meant to be making the game really easy, but if you've watched the last chapter, I made a right old mess of things. Right, so I haven't actually introduced these at all yet, have I? So that's a bug trap. It will detonate or implode, actually, because things don't actually explode in Control Alt Ego, they implode. Not that there's much difference in terms of the visuals or anything. Bug trap, I need to get past it without getting blown up. What's a way to do it with what I've got? Well, I've got a drill, so I could try and break it apart, I suppose. Yeah, that's not actually what I thought would happen, but there we are, that worked. So let's see. So this map, essentially, I mean, if the last map was a sort of playground, this map's like the first one that's a bit more like the gameplay for the rest of the game. You've got an objective, which is to turn off the debugger. And it's pretty much up to you how you do it. I'll just show you the sort of scale of the map. You can see there's the map, and there's I don't know why my drill's doing that. There's Mr. Jefe. He's actually the boss of this level, so ultimately you may or may not have to deal with him. So it's just a question of getting there, and there are different routes. I'm going to go that way, says debugger, so I'm just going to go that way, which is the way I expect most new players will end up going. And I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not really... Oh my god. I'm going to be aggressive, but I've actually forgotten to collect some juice. Oh, and look, there's a worm. Let's have the worm as well. So hang on, let's install that worm. Give myself a bit more drill power. Right, so I've upgraded my drill now. It should do... I should actually, worth saying that pretty much all of these have a one worm thing, and that one worm makes them a lot better. So you may remember, if you've watched chapter 1 aeronautics, I went from being able to float a little bit to being able to fly fully with one worm. And with the drill it's the same, really, that if you don't upgrade the drill it's quite weak, and now it's like pretty strong. It would do me, and it's the same for all the others. It's really because I just want to encourage you the player, to install that first worm, because you don't have to. There's no obligation to install any discs or any worms. Right, let's get on, otherwise I'll be here all day. Here we go. Right, this should be easy now. No, I'm going to make sure, after my last experience, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not easily going to get killed. So I'm going to do a kind of quick run to gather power, and a bit of ego there as well. I'm just going to sort of charge myself up, basically. Hang on, you can open these as well. What's there? Oh, so generous. Bit of ego there. I really want energy and juice, please. There's energy. And there's juice. I'll spend some ego to buy some juice, why not? That's another thing about the game, that you can sort of choose how you do things. Right, I'd say I'm looking strong enough there. Let's go. I just want enough that if I get shot at, I can survive it. After what happened last time. Right, you're dead. And there's a little reward battery there. And I can use my rocket to get around. Right, let's see if this goes a bit better now. Remember, I've got stun as well, so... Yeah, I was meant to rocket into him. I ended up rocketing into the door. And the reason for that is that the default binding... Where's the binding? The default binding for rocket is double tap space, and space lifts you up a bit. It's a bit annoying, actually. So I'm just going to change that for R. R for rocket. And then it should be a bit easier to do that. Oh, I'm being a bit slow here. Right. Better. I mean, I'm sort of doing this the brainless way, you know. There's you can be much smarter about it. Oh, I've already controlled that, so that was a waste of time. Huh? Oh, I'm double tapping space and nothing's happening. I've got into the habit of it. Right. I'm just going to collect these. You can read all these if you play it. You don't have to, as you can see. Oh, he's seen me. What shall I do? I'm just going to stun him and do him. Another one of those, you can just avoid that one. Oh, I've done it again. Just press R. Right. Seen already. Tactics. He knows I'm there, does he? Does he? Maybe. I'm just going to wait for him to cool down a bit. I need some juice as well. A bit of energy. Yeah, I need some juice. So let's go here. You can see I've actually distracted his attention. That's quite handy as well. I've got a low juice warning, and now I've got some juice. Okay, I'm gonna just buy a bit more juice. Open the door. Get that out of the way. Whoops. Maybe, oh dear. This has not gone to plan, has it? Let's see if we can outfox him like this. I did that thing. I keep pressing. Another thing you can do is you can close the door behind you, and then that means you're now safe from him. Yeah, I keep double tapping space. I might have to review the default key for that. Right, bug printer there. I'm going to put a save in case things go catastrophically wrong. What's that? Looks like a worm. Jolly good. I don't think I can spend it though. I can. Oh no, I need 2 for that. I need 3 for that. So I think I need another worm, at least another worm before I can use them. There's a bit of ego there. Let's have that. Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit smarter. There are 2 dads ahead. So I think I'm just going to take one over. Makes things a bit easier. And shoot the other. And that's that dealt with. And let's carry on without the robot for a bit. I'm just going to use the filter here. So I can see that chap. Right. What am I doing? Where's my bug? I've got a bit lost. Okay. This room's quite fun, but I'm actually just going to skip it, I think. I mean, you just don't have to do stuff. It's up to you. There we are. I'll even close the door in case they decide to get a bit excited behind me. Oh, I've been seen. Haha. Oh dear, I'm in trouble. Oh, look at that. Just got away in time. Okay. Ah, there's a bug lock. So, well, I mean, if you see a bug lock, you pretty much want to unlock it. He's still looking for me. Right. So, we are actually now back at... Yes, yes. All right. Shut up. He just tells you... He just tells you what I'm about to tell you, which is that this is kind of the boss room. You just need to get through here, switch the debugger off, and that's the end of Chapter 2. But I happen to know it's a little bit more challenging than anything that's come before, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful, unusually for me. Let's get the door open. First thing I'm going to do is look for some ego. I mean, there's so many different ways of doing this room, and I sort of want to try and do it in a non-contrived way, if you see what I mean. So, I mean, I know, like, for example, really easy way to do it, but I don't want to give that away in this playthrough. So, what shall I do? Kind of undecided. I'll do what some players will probably do, and that's look around for ego. Let's help myself. You can, just in case I haven't made that clear before, you can filter for friendly ego. You can see that helps you find it. So there's one, and there's another, and there's another, and then where's my? You can filter to find your bug because it's all a bit disorientating. So I've got 7.5 ego. Well, this was a good viewpoint, so let's go back up there and let's assess. Let's assess what we got. We've got an evil eye over here. Evil eyes aren't very dangerous. They just see you and then they alert these guys, so they're dangerous in that sense. There's another evil eye there. There's a dad. There's another dad. And there's the boss himself, Mr. Hefe. And there's an evil eye there. There's some suspicious crates there. I wonder why they could be there. Got a bug trap there. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the bug trap because I haven't shown how to do that yet. So I've got 7.5 ego. This guy's 5. This guy's 6. This guy, I can't control him because, well, he's 13 and he's blocked. So I'm going to take over the 5 dad. And I'm going to see this bug trap is unarmed and it's not looking very happy. So I'm just going to control it first. Right, down to almost 0 ego. So you can arm a bug trap. That was what I just did. Now, where's the dad I took over? There it is. So this is quite fun. I can absorb this. Oh, I haven't really mentioned that. You can see on the bottom left of the HUD, I'm safe. You see the little green safe over there. When you first take over hosts, they're safe. Only if you draw too much suspicion to yourself, then you get marked unsafe. So that's why I'm able to just sit here in the midst of them. They don't know that I've taken over their dad, their crony dad bodyguard type thing. So inside me, I have this bug trap. So I can print this bug trap. See, I've armed it already. That's the red indicator, and in fact, it says there in the UI. So I can use that to knock out one of these guys. I think I'm just going to pop it on his head there. I'm going to print it on his trouser head. There he goes. And he just thinks that's a bit strange, because I'm safe. Alright. What next? So I still got to get this guy down. I could just try shooting at him. It's probably not going to work. Did I do? Nearly. Alright, not quite. And then while he's busy, I'll get my drill out and finish the job. Alright, that's that. That's me pretty much through this room. I've picked up the key, which unlocks that door. Those evil eyes are all... the alarm is raised, but they've got no one to tell. So they're just like annoying, but harmless. And this is the debugger. And where is the button? Because I've disabled the UI, you probably wouldn't find it without the UI, I just realised. It's kind of subtle. It's actually over here. Shut up. This guy I just added in as a joke. You can see he's hardly doing any damage to me. He's actually slowly killing me. It doesn't cost much to control, so I'm just going to control him. Alright. I hope the UI appears, otherwise I'm buggered. Oh, here we are. Right, that's the stop button, that little red button there. That's it. That's the end of the debugger. There's a save. I may as well do a save. Why? I don't know. Maybe so I can come back and fix some of the annoying things I've noticed while playing this. Okay. Well, not quite at the end of Chapter 2, but I'm just about to be. And Chapter 2 is also the end of the demo. That's the end of the demo there. You see, it's not really very hard to get there. It's lots of ways to do it. Plenty of fun to be had, I hope. I mean, this game's still in development, obviously, so I'll be fixing some of the things that are, you know, annoyances and things. But I hope you play it. I really want people to play it. I'm sort of basically invisible, so it'd be nice if some people played it and if, you know, spread the word. And yeah, well, that's the end of that. I'll shut up. Thanks for watching, if you watched, which I guess you did, otherwise you wouldn't have heard me. Thank you. Bye for now.